Arav was a poor boy from a small village. His father was a fisherman, and his mother sewed clothes for a living. But Arav had big dreams. He wanted to study and build a good life. On the other side of town, Alina was a rich girl. Her father was a businessman who owned big hotels. Alina had everything: money, cars, a big house. But she was not happy. She felt like a bird trapped in a golden cage. Her father controlled her life and wanted her to marry another rich man. One day, Arav got a job at a big mansion on the hill. This mansion was owned by Alina's father. It was old, dark, and had many rooms. People in the village said it was haunted. Arav worked as a gardener in the mansion. He cleaned the garden, watered the plants, and sometimes helped the maids. One evening, while picking flowers, Arav heard a soft voice. "Who are you?" He turned around and saw Alina. She was standing in the garden, wearing a long red dress. The wind blew her hair, and she looked like a princess. I work here," Arav said shyly. Alina smiled. "You look scared. Do I look like a ghost?" Arav laughed. "No, miss, but people say this mansion is haunted." Alina's face became serious. "Maybe it is," she whispered. Days passed and Arav and Alina started talking every day. They became friends. Arav made Alina laugh, and Alina told Arav about her dreams of freedom and love. One night, Arav was working late when he heard strange whispers coming from the old locked room on the second floor. The room had been closed for years. He took a step forward and saw a shadow move inside. "Who's there?" he asked, his voice shaking. No answer. But then, a cold hand touched his shoulder. Arav screamed and turned around. There was no one. Arav told Alina what happened. She looked scared. "I have heard strange things too," she said. "My mother died in this mansion years ago. Some say her spirit is still here." Arav and Alina started meeting in secret every night. They would talk for hours, sitting under the moonlight. Slowly, their friendship turned into love. One night, Alina held Arav's hand. "I love you," she whispered. Arav's heart skipped a beat. "But your father will never accept me," he said sadly. "I don't care," Alina said. "I only want you." One evening, Alina's father saw them together. His face turned red with anger. "You are a poor servant. How dare you touch my daughter?" he shouted. Alina stood in front of Arav. "I will not marry anyone else," her father slapped her. "You will do as I say." That night, Alina was locked in her room. Arav was thrown out of the mansion and warned never to return. But love does not stop so easily. Arav sent a secret note. To Alina, "Meet me at midnight. We will run away together." Alina smiled through her tears. She knew this was her only chance. At midnight, she silently opened her window and climbed down. But just as she reached the garden, she saw something that made her blood turn cold. A ghostly figure stood near the old room. It was a woman in white, with bleeding eyes. "Mother," Alina whispered in shock. The ghost spoke in a soft, eerie voice. "Do not run, my child. Your father has a secret, something he never told you." Alina's heart raced. "What secret?" The ghost pointed to the locked room. The truth is inside. Shaking, Alina ran into the mansion and pushed open the door. Inside, she saw an old diary. She picked it up and read, "I loved a poor man, but my husband killed him, and then he killed me." Tears filled Alina's eyes. Mother was like me. She loved a poor man, and father killed them both. Behind her, a loud noise made her turn. Her father was standing there with a gun. "You were never supposed to know," he said coldly. Alina stepped back. "You killed my mother. She betrayed me, just like you." He pointed the gun at Alina, but before he could shoot, a strong wind blew. The ghost appeared and screamed. The mansion shook. The walls cracked. The ghost flew toward Alina's father. He screamed as invisible hands grabbed him. "No, let me go," he begged. But the spirit pulled him into the darkness, and then silence. The nightmare was over. Alina ran outside, crying. Arav was waiting for her. "It's over," she whispered. Arav hugged her. "Let's leave this place forever." And so, hand in hand, they walked toward a new life, where love was stronger than money, stronger than fear, stronger than death.